Hi, good morning, everyone. It is Friday. Happy Friday. It's September 15th, and it's 10:28 a.m. here in Chicago. So, just a quick opinion on, Canelo now, threatening to make Jamel pay. But before I get to that, Blue Blood just recently posted how, Andrade apparently said, "Let me handle Canelo, you're above your league," or something like that. So, even if Andrade did say that, the interview that I saw with Andrade speaking on Bud, he said that Bud was in over his head in terms of how big 168 guys are. But then he clearly said, but that doesn't count Canelo, because he was like, what did Canelo start at, like 154 or something? He's like, I'm not talking about Canelo. And anybody who wants me to find the link, I can find it. It wasn't that long ago. So the interview that I saw, Andrade was saying 168 is big guys up there. But he said, but not really Canelo, because he has been as low as 154. And I think someone corrected him and said he was at 147 once or something like that. But my point is, I know Blue, if Andre did say it, that if he did say that later, let me handle it, then if he said it, he said it. But the problem is the tone that it set. People are thinking that Andrade is hating on Bud. Andrade and Bud have a very good, very respectable relationship. They might even be what you call friends. I know that they always support each other, just like Andrade always supports Wilder. All those guys that were either in the Olympics that year or, about to be in the Olympics or training together or whatever, they're all really close if you notice, except I think what happened with Gary Russell and Bud. But Andrade kept a very good relationship with Bud, so he wouldn't say anything like damaging or hateful. He's not a hater, and if he did in fact say, big guys at 168, that's not a hater comment if you're talking to a guy at 147. We're talking 3 weight classes. So I'm not saying Blue did anything wrong, but I saw some comments where people are taking it that Andrade is a hater. Andrade is not a hater. And, he's trying to get this fight with Benavidez. Has anyone heard, did Benavidez sign the contract yet? Salute to Bole. He said he would check for me because he gets a lot of information. And I tried to find out by messaging Benavidez. He hasn't responded. I definitely tried to find out if he signed the contract. So don't bother asking him if he signed the contract. He probably won't respond to you. But I want him to sign the contract. I want Andrade to get a big fight, But some people, they really don't want Andrade to get a big fight because they want to be able to keep, bumping their gums or whatever. But again, I'm not talking about Blue. He's just reporting something, but unfortunately it set the wrong tone in his comment section. And of course I would be remiss to ignore it. I had to respond to one of those dudes. But I just wanted to defend Demetrius Andrade since he's my hometown hero. He's a very talented boxer, and I just don't want the wrong message being sent out about him. Now, about Canelo's bitch ass threatening Jermell Charlo, talking about, I'm going to make him pay for insulting my skills. I'm going to make him pay for insulting my skills. If he cared about people insulting his skills, he would have made Andrade pay. He would have made active Jermell Charlo pay. He would have made Benavidez pay. How come he ain't never made nobody his size pay, but now he wants to make little Jermell pay? Unbelievable. Like, you didn't have no smoke for none of these guys at your size when you could have been undisputed at 154 had you fought any of them, or even at 160 where active Jamal was saying, where you at, Cinnamon? None of them had to pay, but now little Mel got to pay. Unbelievable. And, you know, he waited until he thought we all forgot that he picked somebody 2 weight classes smaller than him. Yeah, Jamel is undisputed at 154. Hello, you're at 168. You couldn't fight nobody your size. David Benavidez is standing there right in front of you with his tongue hanging, dying for a fight with you. You wouldn't fight him. I think you have something to do with Andrade not having an easy time getting the fight with Benavidez. You don't want Andrade to get that Benavidez fight, Canelo. I know you don't. I wonder how much he got his people paying Benavidez to not sign that contract. Something ain't right, and Canelo got something to do with it. I know it. But, yeah, I'm getting a little too tight in the chest. Let me calm down. But, Jamel, whether you respond verbally before the fight or you respond in the ring, you better fight your ass off, because this man is a fucking jerk, and now he's trying to, you know, act like you and him have always been on the same level. He's much bigger than you. He just fought in May. You haven't fought in 16 months. You have major disadvantages going into this fight, Jamel, so you better beat this man's ass. Or at least let him know right now, don't fucking try me. Because just like you're going to try to take my head off, I'm going to try to take your head off. You know what I mean? I don't think Jamel is going to win. But I really, really hope he does. Oh, and one more thing before I go. Oh, this video is getting too long. One more thing before I go. The whole thing about who would be the true pound-for-pound king, Jamel versus Bud. I'm putting my bid in for Bud. And let me tell you why. Bud wants to fight Jamel. How can you pick the guy who doesn't want to fight the other person being mentioned as pound for pound? The one who doesn't want the smoke, how can you pick him? You got to pick the one who wants to really see who pound for pound is, and that's Bud Crawford. Bud's been trying to get a fight with Jamel since God bless how long. You can't pick the guy who's been telling Bud, leave me alone. So even if you were to add up everybody's accomplishments and you decided on Jamel, you have to factor in the fact that Jamel don't want no smoke with Bud. You got to factor that in. I'm sorry. I'm going with the guy who not only can meet your accolades, but also wants to fight you too, to see who's really on top. You got to pick Bud. I'm rolling with Bud as far as who would be pound for pound if Jamel were to win. If Jamel were to win against Canelo, Bud is still pound for pound because he wants Jamel. It doesn't make sense any other way to say Jamel is if Jamel won't fight Bud. I'm sorry, it doesn't make sense. That's my opinion. Tell me what you think, but I gotta go. I don't like these videos to get too long. Have a good day, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. And for all of the track and fields fans, don't forget Eugene, Oregon, the Diamond League this weekend. Have a good one.